I will be interviewing Emily and I will be interviewing Ed for the role of Welfare and Wellbeing Officer in the Student Union. As you may already know, elections are already open and they close on Monday, so you still have time to vote. I will leave a link to where you can vote in the description of this video. Please, please, please make sure you vote. It is these decisions that will affect you and your student union and the future of your university. So the decisions you make now and the votes you cast will affect the university. Sit tight and let's ask some questions.
Hi, I'm Emily and I am running to be your first SU Welfare and Wellbeing Officer.
Hi, I'm Ed and I'm running for SU Welfare and Wellbeing Officer.
First question, what are 3 words you would use to describe the kind of officer that you would be?
Okay, so approachable. So I would like to think that anyone, if they had any issues or anything, would be able to approach me. Kind, I think that's definitely important within this role, to be a kind person that, again, people want to talk to. And what's another word? Innovative, maybe. Thinking of like new ways to do things that haven't been done before, especially kind of with the financial restrictions that will be in place. Yeah, so innovative and kind of thinking of new ways to do things.
Flexible, communicative and transparent. So I think communication is a huge issue, especially around COVID-19. Really important to talk to everyone in different places. We have to be flexible to adapt to COVID-19.
So, second question, 3 issues that you would focus on as an officer. Go.
3 issues. Okay, so I know it's a big one, but student mental health I think is a massive thing, kind of approaching that. I know it's like I said, it's a huge thing, but yeah, definitely that. Okay, loneliness. So not letting any students kind of feel like they're alone and having people to talk to, and then linked to that, but yeah, like kind of networking and making sure that people have the right kind of people around them to go and talk to if they need anything.
Meetings with part-time officers to make sure we represent everyone at this time, making sure that we can provide services remotely like counselling and reviewing the extenuating circumstances system to make sure that the wording's a lot more personable and the whole process is a lot more accessible and personable.
Why would your role as Welfare and Wellbeing Officer be important in the student union?
Okay, so I think this role is of prime importance. I think it's amazing that it's kind of been made a role in its own right, as it means there'll be a member of staff that can focus on it full time. I think welfare and wellbeing is a huge kind of thing within especially student life, and I think ensuring that students have that support and have the access to that support, the correct signposting, and kind of being able to help students out as much as possible across kind of their university life is a hugely important thing.
Well, there's a huge focus on mental health. You can see it in everyone's campaign from every other officer. There's a huge focus on mental health, and I have had quite a unique experience of that at the university. I've gone through a lot, my friends and I have gone through a lot, and I really want to use the experiences I've had to make an impact in the university and its processes.
So if a student came to you with an issue regarding their mental health, how would you react and what would you do to help them, or where would you sort of direct them in your role?
Okay, so I think a huge part of it is being non-judgmental. You obviously don't know what anyone is kind of going through, what they've been through, so kind of just being there to listen and not judge what they're kind of saying. Signposting, I think, is a huge part of it. Like, obviously, I don't really think it will kind of be explicitly my right to sit there and advise them on what to do. So I think signposting them to those different services that are available, which would obviously depend on the content of what they were saying. So I think having kind of knowledge of all the services that are available would be useful in order to kind of do that and be able to point them in the right direction.
I mean, there's obviously, you can sit there and listen, you can try, but I won't be the best to give that welfare advice. I'm someone who's gone through a lot, and if everyone's, my whole thing is who would listen, Ed would, but I am ultimately not trained to do that, to give that behavioural welfare advice. So it will be signposting to various different things. It would be making sure I'm following up with them afterwards, giving them all my details, being like, get in touch with me, whatever, I'll push whatever I can for you. I'll really do this as much as I can.
Rapid fire question time.
So, first question, very serious question. What would your weapon of choice be in an apocalypse?
You know what? I watched Shaun of the Dead recently, so maybe it would be records, you know, when they like spin them and get the zombies.
For some reason I went to mace, like, you know, the big flailing star, as if I would be able to wield that.
Question 2. What is your go-to night out in Nottingham if you go out in Nottingham? Or if you don't go out? Like, what's your go-to place?
I do go out. Probably always just Ocean. It's just a good fun time, isn't it? I think I have the best memories at Ocean.
I mean, I guess it was Ocean. I don't really know. I wasn't huge on nights out, but I guess it was Ocean, yeah.
Which celebrity would you choose to have a meal with, dead or alive?
Probably someone just very funny. Like, who's funny? Adele. She's a funny gal, isn't she? She could serenade you as well. She'd have a lot of stories. Yeah, let's go with Adele.
Billy Joe Armstrong for some reason, just because I think he's had a bit of a wild life, and he was like the first person like open I knew about being bisexual and things, so I think that was quite important to me.
And then finally, the most important question you'll ever be asked: what's your go-to meal deal?
Okay, let's go drink. I get a smoothie because everyone gets a smoothie. We all know that's the best use of your meal deal money. For the snack/side, I'll get Boots do a lovely like vegan chocolate brownie cake thing. That is great. Probably like a chicken and stuffing sandwich.
It's Boots meal deal, definitely. Boots meal deal with the student discount, with the Boots discount card, go for £3, and they start doing this vegan southern fried wrap, and then they do the really nice these like curry or southern fried vegan bite things, and then the smoothie, because you have to get a smoothie because it's a meal deal, because otherwise you're not taking advantage of the movement.
If you want welfare and well-being within the student body, considered within all aspects of student life, then vote for me.
Vote Ed for your SU Welfare and Wellbeing Officer to make sure that we get the basics right and we support all our students through this really terrible time.